Horrible game from Real Madrid. It could probably be the piece that was missing for Barcelona to be almost considered champion of the league this year. Let's begin the program of Football Con Bam. Welcome, everybody, and here we go on another program of Football Con Bam. And today, you're going to hear me probably coughing or something a little bit. Unfortunately, after I was telling you guys that I was under the weather, I've been tested positive of COVID right now. So basically, it's affecting a little bit my throat. So that's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. But I had to do a video because everybody's right now answering and saying, yeah, Real Madrid lost. I bet you now you're not going to do a video. Well, here I am. I'm going to make a small analysis about what happened today. Real Madrid actually went to Mallorca and lost the game where Real Madrid just shot itself on its leg. And starting by, beginning today, initially just looking at the date and looking at the squad, you would think, wow, it's a 25-year-old average squad, looking good. It's a young promise. This is actually the future of Real Madrid. We're going to start seeing now, finally, the youngsters play all together, and their speed, their determination should be able to take over Mallorca. Well, guess what? It didn't work that way. Tchouaméni is coming back from a long period of injury right now. It was his first game coming back to play. He looked extremely slow. He didn't be effective today, and because of that, Madrid hurt a lot on the part of the midfield. Now, let's not blame it just only on him. Let's just say today. Today, actually, Courtois got injured just warming up in the club, warming up prior to the game. He felt a little bit of a sprain, a little bit in his ankle. So he decided, I said ankle, in his leg. And he started to say, hey, hold on a second. I might not be in okay condition to play today. So Real Madrid puts Lunin inside. So they start with the goalkeeper as Lunin. They put in the right-hand side, Dani Carvajal, which come back from an injury. Is his second game that he's going to be participating, this time as a starter. He didn't look good today either, but, he was starting today as a defensive cornerback for the right side. We come back and we have Nacho coming, substituting for Militao. Militao got injured the last game. We have Rudiger, who's actually substituting for Alaba, which Alaba later on participated in the game to try to come inside. And then we have Eduardo Camavinga on the left cornerback defending. The midfield, he started with Dani Ceballos, Tchouaméni, and Fede Valverde. On the forward, we have Marco Asensio, Vinicius, and Rodrigo as number 9s replacing Benzema. Well, today the game started. In the first 10 minutes, actually, Mallorca, their strategy, Javier Aguirre, deciphered perfectly. He said, it looks like Real Madrid has a slow start in every game, so we have to attack. We have to try to intercept all those passes. We need to put pressure to Real Madrid because in one of those plays, we might be able to score. And guess what? They did. On minute 13, they actually tried to center, and Nacho made a jump, and with the back of his head, inadvertently, he touches the ball. The ball elevates enough that it looks like it's going to leave outside of the goal, and Lunin had no option to stop it. So all he does is look at it and thinking that it's going to leave the goal. But guess what? It falls inside the goal, gives a goal, early goal for Mallorca. And Mallorca, after that, just said, let's put the bus in the back. Let's put the emergency brake. Every player was in the back on their own court. Let's let the ball for Real Madrid, and we'll suffer, but we'll actually be concentrated and disallow them from shooting. That's typically what they're accustomed to. This is their style of game. This is something that they feel very comfortable with. And we remember that we heard Lewandowski saying that this is not a great style of soccer, that they suffer so much. And Barcelona, the first time that they visit them, they actually beat them 1-0 at the end, miraculously from a late goal. So that's what they did to Madrid right now. And in the minute 58, Madrid actually found a way through inside, which by a great dribbling skills from Vinicius caused that the goalkeeper created a penalty for him. Now, you would think that being the Benzema's not out, that Benzema's out, and he's the most efficient player for penalty kicks, the second person that is actually more efficient is Rodrigo. But Rodrigo doesn't take the kick. The third most efficient is Modric, but Modric's in the bench. The fourth is Vinicius, and Vinicius in the game, but Vinicius said, all right, no problem. So Asensio says, I want to shoot the goal, the penalty kick. So they all allowed Asensio to take the penalty kick. Asensio's in front of his crowd. This is his hometown. He's trying to pretty much just kick it all together, put it all together, make it fine. And guess what? He misses. He misses. A great stop from the goalkeeper, but it's a bad shot. It's a bad shot. He throws it to the angle. Yeah, right. You will say they're good, but it's not with the speed that it needed to be. And it was too low. And the goalkeeper, once he guessed it, it was over. It was there. There was no possibility that he can actually score the goal from there. So therefore, a bad choice from Asensio. It's a bad selection to allow him to be a penalty kicker. You know, I don't want to throw all the crosses against him. It wasn't a great day for him. So Asensio comes up. He's not having a great day. It's Fede Valverde is not having a great day since the World Cup. We've been talking about this every game, and Carlo Ancelotti continues to give him opportunities, continue to give him the break, and he does not find the rhythm. He cannot perform. So he's not looking good. He was actually upset on the bench. We saw him eventually when he saw that we missed a penalty kick and things didn't go the right way. He was hitting on the bench. Is showing frustration because he understands that he's not up to the quality that everybody's expecting him, or he started the first half of this season. So, you know, they were calling him the Falcon, and right now he's becoming to be a pigeon once again. You know, that's how bad he's been looking. So he's been given a lot of kilometers, but we don't want a marathon player. We want a player who's been precise, you know. So it comes out to be that Dani Carvajal looks extremely slow and a little bit coming back. He was losing his mark, and luckily we didn't get attack as much. But every attack that it was through his side was actually a successful attack for Mallorca. So it forced Nacho and Rudiger to force a little bit extreme and try to cover the behind and the back of Dani Carvajal, which is a big concern. Another mistake that we were having is Camavinga, even though he had 3 great performances on the defensive end, he had one inside the penalty kick, which was very close, but he attacked the ball perfectly. He recovered one-on-one that it was actually going, and he got back right in time with a big sprint and took over the ball without creating the foul. And then he had another one that he took away and be able to recover it and give Madrid a great exit to go outside. Now, there wasn't too much shots towards Mallorca, towards Real Madrid, but there was not too much shot from Madrid to Mallorca either. Madrid just kept opportunity trying to shoot from outside. They try to center the ball. Every time was very unsuccessful. Nothing to the goal, everything above the goal and outside the goal, nothing extremely close. Rudiger had one really close one with the header. They didn't actually get close. I think it was Toni Kroos who actually shot one that was closer also to the pole, but didn't make it through. And there was one from Mariano who actually lifted up his leg and actually hit it there. It was not a great day. It was not a great day. The midfield just torn apart initially. Tchouaméni was not able to cover the gap, was not participated. They was extremely slow. He was not able to participate with the game. I think Carlo Ancelotti today failed on the opportunity that he had to identifying how they were close in the back. You need people who can dribble. And you have Dani Ceballos, and you would have put Luka Modric inside, and you bring Camavinga to help him out completely through there, and you have 3 great players who can come between and open opportunities because they have skillful dribbling skills. And then you have Vinicius who have outstanding dribbling skills, and Rodrigo who's shown who has outstanding dribbling skills. That would have been a great performance between 5 of them right there in the middle. Now, Asensio also has some dribbling skills. However, today, the 2 attempts that he did, he lost them both. You know, he was in a bad day today. It was not his day. He's coming from 3 great games, but today was not his day. It was not good for him. Dani Ceballos didn't have one of the best days, but he didn't have one of the worst days, you know. So, but it was very surprising how Carlo Ancelotti and one of them just even brings Alaba to help in the back. Why? Why are you bringing David Alaba? We're losing. They're not attacking to us. Don't need David Alaba in the back. You need to come and put all attacking forwards. Now, another part that you have a problem, and I have a problem with Real Madrid, is Real Madrid has these youngsters who are fast. They're playing consistently, like Ilke Bravo, like Anthony, 2 forwards that are very strong. They're tall, they're fast, they're strong, and they're at a good moment with the Real Madrid Castilla, the second team of Real Madrid, and they're having momentum. Why not bring them and give them an opportunity? But you decide to give an opportunity to Mariano, who never plays, and I can't blame him completely out today, but he comes today and he's off the chart. He jumps up, he hits the ball over the pole completely with his head, and he jumps up with his leg. One that it was almost clear, it should have been shot to go perfectly, but he's not in rhythm of playing. So what do? Over the goal also as well. It was one of the closest one. At least he dared to shoot. But that's all he did. There was nothing else. He doesn't compose anything else in the game. Every time he comes, he just looks like he's going to be a push ball. That's all it is. And that's not something that Real Madrid needed at this moment, because you have 11 players playing in the back completely. And they're actually stopped and well concentrated. And kudos to Mallorca, because they did the game that they needed to do. They looked for an early goal. They got it. Even though it was an own goal, they got it. They got what they wanted. So what did they do back? They just went back to what they know that it is. Make uncomfortable the best team and try to be concentrated and not concede a goal. And they did it. And they held down. The last 15 minutes where Madrid consistently put pressure. And all Mallorca do was frustrate Madrid. Make them do the long shot. Make them do the uncomfortable shot. Make them uncomfortable consistently. They were consistently grabbing, holding, using everything. The ref was today permissive, which is not bad. Unfortunately, he did not show it as much cards that he showed against Madrid players to Mallorca players, but we're not blaming the ref today. We can't blame the ref today. We got to blame the players. They did not do their job. And what's the failing part about Real Madrid today is that if Barcelona wins today against Sevilla, which should happen, they're going to fall 8 points behind. What does that mean? That means right now that for the league, you have less than 19 games. And I know 19 games sounds like a lot of points and a lot of games, but the reality is that the form that Barcelona is playing right now, he's playing that is going to be a team to be at least mid to upper 90s on the points on the schedule for the year. And Madrid right now, being perfect, it's almost going to reach the lower 90s. So it's not enough. It's not enough. It's going to force right now to Real Madrid. It's a must-win now in the Clásico in the league to put the game at least at 5 points and then pray for 2 mistakes from Barcelona. That's a lot. That's a lot for a team that has not failed this year as much and is playing one of the worst moments of its game and is winning. So it's right now unheard of right now for Madrid. It's going to be very difficult, extremely difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's extremely difficult. And to talk that Madrid is not going to lose any further points, it's going to be very, very, very tough because Madrid has a tough schedule. They have the World Cup of Clubs, which they're leaving tonight to fly out there to play against Al-Ali. And then if they win that game in the semifinals this week, they're going to play on Sunday the final against the winner of Flamenco and Al Hilal. So it's going to be very, very, very tough, that game also. So we're going to see Madrid is favorite to win that tournament, but can Madrid do it? They right now don't have Benzema. They don't have Courtois. They don't have Mendy. They don't have Lucas Vázquez. They might have lost right now another player. You never know. And then for next game of league, you don't have Vinicius Jr. because Vinicius also is another player. He's losing his mind. He's being short-tempered. He's actually at a point that every player who talks to him just takes him out of concentration. I think Real Madrid is going to actually consider to bring a psychologist or something. They're going to have to do something with him because they have to tell him, you have skills. Stop arguing with the refs. Stop arguing with the crowd. Stop arguing against people. Just play your game. Do what you know how to do. And you will be the player that you were last year with us, which is phenomenal. It's almost a golden boot candidate. This year, he's not even close. He's actually always consistently. He's always on the policy. And I know I try to talk that the media is always saying that it's all his fault and everything. But in part, right now, he's playing to that game. He's now flopping like crazy and then arguing with the ref because they're not calling it. Guess what? They know you're skillful. They know that you move and sometimes you jump. And there's a lot of them that these refs are seeing that they call and they see that it's really not a foul, that you sold it to them. So they're not calling everything. So stop doing it. Start playing a little bit more hard. Try to take actually the image of what Cristiano Ronaldo used to be when he played. Cristiano Ronaldo had the same problem at one point. But he would never stop to try to argue with the ref or anything. He'll get hit, you'll keep going. Same thing with Messi. Grab everything, he keep going. He keep performing. Try to score. Do his job. And then after that, he'll fight. Vinicius has a lot to learn. He has a lot to mature. He's still young, but he needs to do it now, fast, because we need him. We need him, especially if Benzema's not eligible. We need Vinicius. And then again, we're putting Rodrigo as number 9. Rodrigo's not a number 9. I hate the fact that this summer we had an opportunity to try to purchase. Yes, I understand the club is saying if we purchase in the winter market means that we did a bad planification, bad plan. It's the beginning of the scheme. Who cares? We currently right now had 4 months without Benzema, and we were struggling. We lost the lead because of it. And now you just lost Benzema right after the winter market. And we don't know how long we're going to have him. They're saying that maybe for next time, after the World Cup of Clubs, he might be eligible. But you know what? What if he falls again? What if it's another injury? Who do we have? You're not giving opportunities to the youngsters coming from second division. We don't have nobody. So you're trying with Rodrigo. Rodrigo can do a lot of things, but he's not a miracle man at that point. So I think it's a bad planification in that point. And I think right now, Carlo Ancelotti is just stuck with the mud with everything that is negative towards the team right now. Carlo Ancelotti is just going to have to swallow it. And you know what the sad part is? The Carlo Ancelotti passed a similar path the first time around that he was in Real Madrid. He came in, he made Real Madrid win the 10th Champions League on history. After a big drought of Champions League, he finally makes them win. And then the next year he wins no cups and gets completely tossed out of the team. Right now he's looking to that path. If he doesn't come back with the World Cup of Clubs, with that trophy, and he goes to the league, and imagine he loses against Barcelona the 2 games in the semifinal and loses the Clásico, he's not going to have a job. He's not going to finish this year. Because Real Madrid has never been a team that allows things like that, failures that strong. And the crowd is not going to be generous. This is not a game that you should have lost. This is not a game that you should have actually considered that Real Madrid remotely was going to give up points. We all know how difficult it is to go to Mallorca and actually win a game. But Real Madrid is not any team. Real Madrid, it's a super team. It's supposed to come inside. It's supposed to take over these games. So therefore, it was not a good day, and the schedule's not going to get any easier. We still have the World Cup of Clubs, as I mentioned before. We got the semifinal, as I just mentioned right now, against Barcelona, and we have tough games in between them. I gave the schedule last week once we knew already the Barcelona and Real Madrid was going to be for the Cup of Kings, and then we got Liverpool for the Champions League also as well, just coming up. You know, it's a very tough schedule. It's a very tough schedule, and our lineup is starting to be slimmer and slimmer because we're starting to face a lot of injuries, and it's going to be more when we play every 3 days. So I don't know exactly what Ancelotti is going to have to do, but he's going to have to work his magic now. And it's going to be very, very, very crucial to exactly what he does. So if you like the show pretty much right now, you know, be blessed that at least I didn't cough right now. My throat didn't dry up as much. With the Spanish report, it did. And I started coughing. I apologize for that. But anyways, leave your like. Leave your subscribe if you like this type of show. And for everybody who is saying, Hector, you will not record, I'm here. I'm recording. Win or lose, we have to inform. And we got to say exactly what we have and what we don't have. And we're not here whining. We're just showing the facts about exactly. And Real Madrid today was not his day. It's not his day, and it's a wrong time to not be his day. So anyways, we'll talk about it next time, and we'll continue to chat about Real Madrid eventually on this channel. So next is going to be Barcelona versus Sevilla. We'll see how that game goes. And I'll probably do a show right after that also. So God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.